All right, this is our last Detroit Lions training camp battle. Then I'm going to kick off the season preview either later today or tomorrow. And we're going to talk about the opposite safety position of Tracy Walker, which is seen to be the free safety position. According to what I read, I guess they got Walker playing in the box, but pretty much I think they're interchangeable. Let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And it's Duron, Harmon, Jayron, Kearse, who did get suspended yesterday for substance abuse policy for 3 games. So he only be gone for 3 games, but he can train during training camp. And also Will Harris, and there are some other guys like CJ Moore in there as well. They could make a splash. And Josh Elliott from Notre Dame, who had a bad pro day and ran a 4.8. For one of the reasons that he failed, I think he went undrafted. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support, and just keep sharing the videos. And this position is vital. And I was reading one of the NFL scouts said in Sports Illustrated that Will Harris struggled playing free safety last year, and he more of an in-the-box safety, covering tight ends and doing things out the backfield. He ran a 4.41 in the combine, and he's a big hitter, so he's athletic. And it sounded like, from what he was, his scouting on Will Harris was that he can be a joker. He could be that hybrid linebacker safety position. They still got Miles Killebrew listed as a safety, but he's transitioned to a linebacker. Has pretty much been exiled to being a special teams player at this point. So, start off with Will Harris. It sounds like they want to play Walker in the box more. And the thing about Walker is Walker can do either one. Now, I don't know exactly the demands of safety positions from Matt Patricia, right? But my thing about Walker is he can cover in one-on-one coverage. He can cover outside and cover in the nickel. He can, he can play the deep half, of the field. He can rob. He can play in the box. So he pretty much interchangeable. And the thing about Duron Harmon is he more of a free safety. He more of a ball hawk. 2 times his career, he got 4 interceptions. Now, he hasn't really started a ton of games for New England Patriots, but when Patrick Chung and Devin McCourty, are basically at safety, that's tough, to crack through there. Because Patrick Chung, he was starting in New England, left with the Eagles, and then came back. So the system. And McCourty is probably definitely a future Hall of Famer. That's Devin, excuse me. So with Harmon, it was probably hard to crack that system, but he did get some starts in there. He is more of a free safety type. Played a deep half of the field, 2-man covers, play a deep half. He probably can rob in the middle a little bit. So he also understands the system better than Will Harris understands the system as well too. So, you also got Josh Elliott as well. This is a dude that fell out the draft because he ran a terrible 4.8 at the draft, at the combine, and they say he's more athletic than what he showed. You got CJ Moore as well. So I really don't see those dudes probably winning the position. I think the position is up for Kearse, it's up for Harmon, and it's up for Will Harris. And the thing about Kearse is he'd be suspended for the first 3 games, but he started a few more less games than Harmon did in New England. He's 6'4". He seemed to have more of an in-the-box safety style. So not sure what he brings to the table. Haven't really broke down the field. But it just sounds like it's Harmon's job to lose, all right? Let's keep it real. It sounds like Harmon's job to lose. He knows the system. He fit what they looking for. You know what I'm saying? He a ball hawk back there. So he can pretty much, fit the Tavon Wilson role in this system. And you're going to replace a Patriot with another Patriot. So I don't know why people should be surprised. And sometimes you got guys that's sitting on the bench in another team that can contribute and do well. So we hope Harmon can do well. But pretty much he going to be measured up to, Quadre Diggs. And could he do what Quadre Diggs did or is doing in Seattle? And that's going to be the question. But Matt Patricia has special demands of his safety positions. So not every safety going to come in there and fit. You know what I'm saying? So they like to use like 3 safeties sometime. And I think Will Harris' ability to play in the box and defend tight ends with his athleticism and size, he should be a box safety. Now you got to ask yourself, if if Harmon is going to be the free and Tracy going to be the strong, will they take a linebacker off the field, an additional linebacker if they're a nickel, and put, Will Harris in the box as an additional linebacker? It seemed like he could kind of be that hybrid linebacker safety now, because really a lot of teams are coming out there base offense and 3 receivers now. So if he can tackle and he can really bring the pain that he bring with his striking and hitting, in Boston College, he could bring it here. You might have a situation where 2 or 3 years ago, the Lions struggled to cover the tight end. Remember, Devin Funchess coming in and having a day. Now you have tight end specialists and Collins and Will Harris, in the box now defending tight ends and running backs. So it could get ugly, for other teams in there, because I think Will Harris' future is probably as a box safety or as a joker. You know what I'm saying? At that point, if that's his position as a joker and he can contribute on special teams, well, Miles Killebrew could be on the chopping block. You got Deion Buchanan who played that position, Mark Barron who played that position. Now, it ain't really produced a superstar yet, but the joker position is becoming more and more relevant position in the league. So I think Will Harris might be kind of that linebacker, safety type of hybrid guy. It don't sound like, according to the scouting, he does good in deep coverage, and that'll come. You know what I'm saying? That's an acquired taste. That's a skill that you have to acquire to go back there and play the middle of the field, or you got to play 2-man under, deep half for the right, or if you're in Tampa cover 2 or cover 2, your responsibilities, you got to be able to read and react. It ain't like Madden where the quarterback throw the ball on the 9 and you can get there immediately. No, a lot of these dudes, if they catch the safety flat-footed, they're gonna take a chance, look them off, come back to the post, and throw it over their head. So you always got to keep them feet in position where you got to sit there and turn your hips and get where you got to get. Playing the deep half of the field is the last line of defense, so you can't really blow coverage. And if you blow coverage, time and time again, it was a game I was watching last year where people blame Marcus Peters. They was in the Rams game, and I think it's playing Seattle, right? And Marcus Peters' responsibility was the deep half of the field. He passed, I think it was like DK Metcalf on to the safety. The safety bit off the play fake. I think DK Metcalf ran down for a touchdown, and people blame Peters, but it wasn't Peters' fault. If you bite, or if you get faked off at the deep half of the field, or you're in a cover 2 or cover 3, or cover 2, or you in some type of 2-man deep and you bite, that could be all she wrote. So, it takes some players, it takes years to really learn how to play the last line of defense, especially the free safety. So, my prediction is probably going to be Harmon is starting. You're going to see some Will Harris in the box in that joker position. And they like to run with 3 safeties sometimes. So, I think Harmon is going to come in and be a fan favorite. I do. Just looking at, a little bit of his tape and looking at his stats, I think you got another ball hawk in there. You got Walker, who I think should develop into a Pro Bowl caliber player this year. And I think you're going to have Harris and Jamie Collins in the box that's going to help us cover those tight ends and running backs. So, and Jayron Kearse is probably going to bring some flavor there too. So, they deep at safety this year as far as players, but we don't know how deep they are as a talent. Will Harris has all the physical tools to be a good safety in this league, and he hit hard. He got the size, the strength, and all that, the speed. And just, learning the offense, learning how to play zone, and I think he's going to be an integral part of them covering tight ends and backs. So with Jamie Collins up front B. But I think Harmon and Walker is going to be your safeties in the back end. 2 guys that can cover, Walker who can hit. I think those would be your starting 2 safeties. They throw a third in there. I think it'll be Harris, but we'll see what Kearse does in training camp. But it should be very, very interesting for the line safety position. Nobody's opted out yet other than the John Atkins guy. But it'd be interesting to see, if they get the most out of that safety position. I thought Quadre was going to be here for a long time after signing that extension. He's not. So it's basically Walker, Harris, Kearse, Elliott, Moore, Harmon, those guys to get the job done. So we'll see. I think this Patriot plan should work with Harmon. He's familiar with the system. He's a ball hawk. He can catch picks. So it's at 29 years old. It's his time to be a full-time starter, grab the job by his horns, and dominate. All right, him and Walker should be nice back there together. And I think they have moved on from Tavon Wilson. I kind of like Tavon Wilson sometime. And we had that other other safety, Don Carey. I like Don Carey. You know what I'm saying? He went to Jacksonville. I'm not sure what he's doing. But Don Carey was a real utility dude. He could play some nickel, free, some strong. I always liked Don Carey. He's kind of like Andre Llewellyn. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't great players, but he was fan favorites. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the safety training camp battle. Who's going to win it? Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Twitter's the fastest way than Facebook than IG. You can reach me out. You can reach me at any time. If you're tired, if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or just got a question, want to make a donation, best way to do that is share the video. But Cash App, PayPal is in the description. Other than that, man, check my other channel out right here on YouTube for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. It's Goodfella Sports TV right here on YouTube. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.